Chapter 32 My Consort. This was not the first time Xue Fanxin had seen Jiushang. She had already interacted with him a few times. Every time, she would not give him a good attitude. He had never been angry at her, so she was not afraid of him. Since the matter of her savior had already been settled, she could only face the reality bravely. She turned her grief and indignation into appetite. Eat, 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 what bullshit, Ninth Imperial Uncle. Get lost. In order to entertain Jiushang, Domination had invested heavily. There was a table full of delicacies and fine wine. If the Ninth Imperial Uncle were anyone else, she might not dare to eat so much, but as for Jiushang, she was not afraid. Domination saw that Xue Fanxin was eating more and more exaggeratedly. She had no bearing to speak of, and was being extremely impolite, making him anxious. He hurriedly stopped her. Little Xiner, you can't be so rude in front of the Ninth Imperial Uncle. Put down your chopsticks. Xue Fanxin was speechless. She did not listen to Domination. Instead, she raised her head and looked at Jiushang provokingly, saying with a sinister smile, Ninth Imperial Uncle, do you mind? I don't mind. Little Xiner is so small and skinny. You don't have much meat on you, so you should nourish yourself. Eat more so that you can grow up faster. Jiushang smiled even more sinisterly. He picked up his chopsticks and stuffed a large drumstick into Xue Fanxin's bowl. Grandpa, did you see that? The Ninth Imperial Uncle doesn't mind. Xue Fanxin would never reject delicious food. She generously picked up the drumstick that Jiushang had placed in her bowl and started eating it with relish. She had a blissful expression on her face. This Domination was confused now, feeling puzzled. However, Jiushang did not mind Xue Fanxin's impudence, causing him to heave a sigh of relief. At the same time, he could tell that Jiushang had helped him entirely because of Little Xiner. He then looked at Little Xiner's unrestrained manners in front of Jiushang. Their relationship was definitely not simple. Could it be that the Ninth Imperial Uncle had fallen for his Little Xiner? The more Domination thought about it, the more he felt that this was a possibility. This concerned his granddaughter's lifelong happiness, so he had to be careful. Even if he would offend Jiushang, he had to ask clearly, Ninth Imperial Uncle, do you like my Little Xiner? Upon hearing this question, Xue Fanxin was too shocked. She spat out a mouthful of wine, almost spraying it on Jiushang's face. Puffed. Jiushang hurriedly shifted his body slightly. He waited for the alcohol to finish spraying before sitting up straight. Then, he acted as if nothing had happened, and said indifferently, indeed, I like Little Xiner. Domination had thought that Jiushang would answer vaguely, but he did not expect him to be so direct. Even he was shocked. You like my Little Xiner? Yes, Jiushang nodded solemnly. If nothing unexpected happens, she will be my wife. What? Domination was stunned. Jiushang, what's wrong with you? Xue Fanxin was enraged. She stomped on the stool and placed her hands on her hips as she questioned Jiushang angrily. Did this guy know what he was talking about? He was simply spouting nonsense. They had only known each other for a few days and could not even be considered friends. They had never seen eye to eye, yet this guy said that she was to be his wife. There was something wrong with him. He must have a screw loose. There's nothing wrong with me. From today onwards, I'll properly nurture you and make you a woman worthy of me, the future Ninth Imperial Consort. Jiushang was still as serious as ever. There was an irresistible domineering aura in his words, as if he meant what he said, and no one could say no.